Okay, class. So let's continue. Last class we have learned, we have started with what is poverty, right? Poverty is the lack of basic human needs such as nutrition, healthcare, education, clothing, shelter, right? What is power? We have seen some points. Poverty in India. Then we have seen what are the different causes of poverty. What is a poverty line? As I told you, that it is a common method which is used to measure poverty based on income or consumption level of a person. Now we are going to start with the topic vulnerability. Okay. So what is vulnerability? Vulnerability to poverty is the extent to which a community, person, society, country, etc. can be affected by the impact of the poverty. Women, less paid workers, beggars, people living in less developed area, people living in slums, farmers to a little extent, farm laborers, scheduled caste people, scheduled tribe people, they are most vulnerable to poverty. Right? What is vulnerability? Vulnerability to poverty is the extent to which a community, a person, society, etc. can be affected by the impact of the poverty. That means which community, everyone will be not affected by poverty. Right? Each and every person in the country will be not affected by poverty. Each and every society in the country will not be affected by poverty. There are certain communities, certain persons as mentioned over here. Given examples like less paid workers, beggars, people living in less developed area, scheduled caste people, scheduled tribe people, farm laborers. Because the thing is, they are not working under any kind of organized sector. Right. So here there is a chance of they are not getting job one day, getting one job the other day. Again 2 days there is job, next 5 days there is no job. So this kind of facilities, like what we say, leaves are not there proper, not given proper medical claim and all, not given proper what is the working condition, not paying up to the mark wages. So when all these conditions come, those type of people living in those community and those group of people, they are very much affected by the impact. And that term is known as vulnerability to poverty. Okay. So here you can see in this graph, scheduled, urban casual, rural agriculture, scheduled, average, Indian people. So this way, one is scheduled caste, next is urban casual class, rural agricultural class, scheduled tribe, average Indians. So these are different groups of people, and these are the most vulnerable groups, and what is their range, what is the number of poor out of every 100% from the category. So they have mentioned here showing that scheduled caste people is those who are having more numbers than from urban casual group people. Then rural agricultural people, they face problem because they may not have that financial condition wherein they can bring proper modern methods and have a competition with those people who are having modern technologies in their farms and agricultural areas. So different communities and people, what is their standard of living, from where they are earning, what is their income, their consumption. According to that, we are considering that whether that person is coming under the poverty line or going above the poverty line. Now, as why the chapter's name is Poverty as a Challenge, that is, each and every country, that is democratic country, in their constitutions, it's mentioned that people should be given equal status, people should be equally treated. So now when here these people are coming under the poverty line, right, that is a type of challenge for the country. The country has to take this into consideration and give their best so that this problem of poverty is removed from their country. So as a government, they bring different anti-poverty measures, right? So some of them are marked here. It's there in your textbook. So many measures are given there. Explain what are those programs, what are the aims of the programs, right? Anti-poverty programs such as National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, National Food for Work Program, Jawahar Rozgar Yojana, they have been initiated by the government of India for the alleviation of poverty. That means different type of anti-poverty programs are brought in by the government so that they can remove poverty or they can less whatever now they have into less and then vanish it from the whole country. So these are some of the anti-poverty programs which are mentioned by the government, which are put forward by the government, and they are trying to implement the maximum of it in our country so that those people who are below poverty line, they come above poverty line and have a good standard of living. And here they have mentioned some of the problems which are faced by the rural poor, right? So what are those problems? Read out to yourself. Yes. So you read to yourself? Yeah. So what do you think? Right? These are the main problems which are faced by the people. The main problems which are faced by the rural poor people. Landlessness, unemployment, size of the families, illiteracy, malnutrition, child labor, helplessness. Right? So when you were reading these points in your mind, I believe that you must have understood the situations also. You were able to do the picturization of these problems in the lives of people, right? Landlessness. We have seen so many people around us whenever we are traveling, whenever, a short distance traveling also we can see this kind of people. Those people who don't have a proper house, they don't have a proper land for doing any kind of agriculture, right? They are unemployed. The mornings and all, if you go, you can see so many people gathered there over there. They are standing there so that they all are laborers, they all are construction workers, so that their contractor comes to them and then he calls them for work and 5 to 6 people go with him. Like that way they do. They have daily wages. It's not an organized sector. It's not that morning 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock they have to reach the office, they are doing their work, coming back at 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock. No, they are working under unorganized sector. They don't have proper daily wages, no proper working conditions. Right? If you are sick, if you are not well, then no job, no money. Understood? So unemployment in rural areas, size of families, maybe a joint family living together, so many people in one family, giving food to everyone, having a proper shelter for them, proper clothes for them, education to the children, any person having health issue, how to give proper treatment to them. So these are the problems which are there, which the country, what is the country's aim to remove these problems, bring those people above the poverty line, giving them proper education. Illiteracy should be removed, giving proper education to everyone, right? Malnutrition, those people who are not, those children who are not having proper food to eat, giving them proper food, giving them, this midday meals and all have been started in schools and government schools and all. Why? So so that the children get proper nutritional food. Child labor. Children, if in a family there are 6 people, from that father, mother, and then remaining five, 4 to 5 children. Then from that the small child will be not doing any work. Otherwise, the other children, age of 11 years, 12 years, 10 years, they are working. They are working in tea stalls or they are working in small places and all. Child labor is happening. Helplessness. Helplessness means they don't know what to do. इससे बाहर कैसे निकलना है? How to come out of this situation? Right? They are not knowing that. There is helplessness. Here is a picture which is showing story of Lakshma Singh. This picture I have taken from your textbook. You read his story, it's mentioned over there. The man is thinking that would I ever be able to buy new clothes for my family? Helplessness. He's a farmer, he's totally dependent upon agriculture, right? And if there is no proper rain, if the harvesting is not done properly, if the production of grains is not done properly, then how he is going to get the grains? How he is going to sell it in the market? How he is going to get money and how he is going to buy new clothes for his family? So that is helplessness. He is thinking to himself that I am working so hard, but I am not getting a proper production, or because of some problems I am not able to get the proper money. I am not able to give the proper basic needs to my family. This is helpless. Clear? Now there are different steps taken by the government to reduce the rural poverty, like small farmers development program, drought area development program, minimum needs program, national rural employment program, assurance to employment. That is MNREGA, as we say, MNREGA, MNREGA. That is wherein they give assurance that okay, this person is going to get the job. So under this MNREGA Act, there is 100 days of wages given to the person, and within that time the person has to find a job. Government will also try to find a job for that person. So that is lack of proper housing facilities or unhygienic and environments, or no social security schemes, or lack of opportunity to quality health and educational services. These are the problems which are faced by the urban poor. Okay, so we have seen the problems faced by rural poor. We have seen the problems faced by the urban poor. Okay, so the remaining things we will see in the next class. Okay, thank you.